Hello, everybody, and welcome to a new Game News Roundup. We've got big news on this Monday morning. Electronic Arts is being acquired and taken private in a $55 billion deal by an investor consortium that includes Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners, which was founded and is led by Donald Trump's son-in-law, Jared Kushner. Yes, Electronic Arts is being acquired, taken private by a private investment firm, which, a few private investment firms, which is generally, we'll get into it. We'll get into it. But yeah, the deal is expected to close in the first quarter of 2027 and needs approval by regulators and EA stockholders first. So this is not a completely done deal. Yes, the deal between EA executives and Saudi Arabia's PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners. Yes, that is done. However, it needs approval from regulators around the world. I'm sure it'll pass in the U.S. No problem, considering it's, one of the people trying to acquire them is led by Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's son-in-law. But it also needs approval in other countries like the U.K., also the European Union, worldwide. Any place that EA does business, which, they sell video games. Available everywhere. So yeah, this is an all-cash transaction that will see the investor consortium acquire 100% of EA, while PIF will roll over its current 9.9% stake in the company. So yes, PIF, Saudi Arabia's Public Investment Fund, already owns 9.9% of Electronic Arts, along with a bunch of other video game companies. So yeah, EA stockholders will receive $210 per share if approved, which represents a 25% in premium to EA's unaffected share price of $168.32 at market close on September 25th, 2025. And let's see, EA stock, which is up 4.8% this morning. Unsurprisingly, it has gone up as people are like, oh, well, if it's going to be sold for $210, we might as well buy it for, it's still under $210 per share in cash. As of this moment, again, it still needs approval by regulators and EA stockholders. The equity investment will be approximately $36 billion by PIF, Silver Lake, and Affinity Partners. Of course, the deal also includes, this is the big kicker here, which, private investment firms, it's not surprising that this is happening. It includes $20 billion in debt being put on Electronic Arts themselves if this deal gets passed and they get taken private. So Electronic Arts will be on the hook for $20 billion in debt, which will be financed fully by JPMorgan Chase Bank. $18 billion of the $20 billion is expected to be funded when the deal closes. And if this deal does close, EA will remain based in Redwood City, California, and Andrew Wilson will continue to be the CEO of Electronic Arts. So yeah, $55 billion deal, but $20 billion in debt, which usually, that's not a good sign. Are they able to pay this debt? How long do they have to pay this debt off? How much profit does EA make? How long is it going to take them? Is this good or bad? I mean, obviously, you could say, well, we'll find out. Maybe it's good, maybe it's bad. In the long run, this is most likely going to lead to layoffs and some studio closures at Electronic Arts, at least for developers who are not making games that make a ton of money. Or, like we've seen some of them recently, they have moved over to focusing on Battlefield, which, we got a big game coming out next month, Battlefield 6. We will see. I mean, it's interesting that they announced this deal now before Battlefield 6 comes out, not after, but I guess we'll see how the game performs, because it's possible Battlefield 6 takes off and explodes and is as big as Call of Duty, or bigger than at least this year's Call of Duty, and then the stock price could have gone up higher, and then they could have made more money, but it is what it is. Or it's possible this deal just kind of fell in line right now, and that's why they wanted to get it done and over with, to announce this acquisition now versus in the future after Battlefield 6 comes out. And if you're wondering, Electronic Arts, obviously best known for being developer of annual sports franchises like FIFA. No, it's no longer FIFA. Excuse me. It is known as FC Football Club. What else we got? What else do we got here? So yeah, annual titles like FC like 26, which came out. College football now, which has come back in the last couple of years. What I'm trying to think what else we got. Madden, of course. F1. I just have a list here. NHL, which, maybe not as big, but it's still, an annual sports style. I'm sure it brings in decent enough money. So yeah, FC, NHL, Madden, college football, every year, new releases. They also have Skate, Split Fiction, and obviously, well, somewhat semi-recently, they also have the Dragon Age series with the Veilguard, which came out, which I believe didn't sell quite up to par. We'll see. We will see. And obviously the biggest upcoming title is Battlefield 6. And also the ongoing The Sims 4, which we're still seeing quite a bit of content released for The Sims 4, which, if you're wondering, if you buy everything for The Sims 4, you're talking probably, what, over $1,000 if you buy every single expansion and DLC and whatever they're called for The Sims 4. I've never played The Sims 4. But, yeah. Is this good or bad? Someone's telling me, like, BioWare could be a question mark. It depends how Mass Effect... Is it Mass Effect 4 that they're working on? The next Mass Effect game that they are working on. We'll see. And other developers under Electronic Arts. Battlefield Studios, as long as Battlefield 6 performs well enough, I'm sure they'll probably be okay. Obviously, the developers of FC and Madden, I'm sure it will be fine. But some of the smaller studios, either they'll be pushed into working on Battlefield or other content for other ongoing games. We'll see how many layoffs there are. And $55 billion, in my opinion, seems, even though it's only 25% premium on their stock, it does feel high at the same time, mainly because you compare it to Microsoft acquiring Activision Blizzard for $69 billion, give or take, so $14-15 billion difference. And then for Activision Blizzard, you've got Call of Duty, which is one of the best-selling games every single year. It's one of the top 5 best-selling games worldwide every year. And if you look at the most played games, Call of Duty is on that list. One of the most top 5 games almost consistently every week, every month. Every new release brings in lots of money. Microtransactions, season passes, etc., etc. Those bring a lot of money out, and obviously that also included Candy Crush developer King, as well as Blizzard and whatnot. And obviously, if you pay attention to that, Activision Blizzard King, they dealt with a decent amount of layoffs since Microsoft has acquired them. So I do expect layoffs at Electronic Arts. Probably whether the deal passes or not, I'm sure there'll be layoffs one way or another. So, EA CEO Andrew Wilson, in his own statement, our creative and passionate teams at EA have delivered extraordinary experiences for hundreds of millions of fans, built some of the world's most iconic IP, and created significant value for our business. This moment is a powerful recognition of their remarkable work. Looking ahead, we will continue to push the boundaries of entertainment, sports, and technology, unlocking new opportunities. Together with our partners, we'll create transformative experiences to inspire generations to come. I am more energized than ever about the future that we are building. I'm sure you're going to get a nice big-ass package if this deal gets approved by regulators and the stockholders. Yeah, it's a nothing burger of a statement from Andrew Wilson, which is not a surprise, and mainly like most of these people saying about how great it is and all that stuff. So yeah, we got statements from the investment firms too. PIF, the Saudi Arabia fund here. We got a quote from one of their head of the international investments. PIF is uniquely positioned in the global gaming and esports sectors, building and supporting ecosystems that connect fans, developers, and IP creators. PIF has demonstrated a strong commitment to these sectors, and this partnership will help further drive EA's long-term growth while fueling innovation within the industry on a global scale. Silver Lake co-CEO and managing partner also added this investment embodies Silver Lake's mission to partner with exceptional management teams at the highest quality companies. EA is a special company, a global leader in interactive entertainment, also known as video games, anchored by its premier sports franchise. Wait, which one are we talking about here? FC or Madden? I realize FC is the bigger selling title. Madden is huge in the US, but FC is popular worldwide. With accelerating revenue growth and strong and scaling free cash flow, we are honored to invest and partner with Andrew. An extraordinary CEO has doubled revenue, nearly tripled EBITDA, and driven a 5-fold increase in market cap during his tenure. Of course, there's always been a joke with EA. There's been they've been consistently rated the worst company in not just video games, but in the world for whatever reasons. I mean, they're not exactly an amazing company, but consistently rated the worst. There possibly are worse companies out there, but there's the joke. EA is already the worst company. Well, let's just put them lower on the total. Oh wait, no, they're already at the bottom. Anyways, yeah, and a quote from Jared Kushner. Electronic Arts is an extraordinary company with a world-class management team and a bold vision for the future. I've admired their ability to create iconic, lasting experiences, and as someone who grew up playing their games and now enjoys them with his kids, I couldn't be more excited about what's ahead. Of course, he plays EA games. Of course, he plays sports titles. Why am I not surprised? And not other, I don't know, more core franchises? I don't know, more hardcore? Anyways. Lead independent of EA's board of directors also added, the board carefully evaluated this opportunity and concluded it delivers compelling value for stockholders and is in best interest of all stakeholders. We are pleased that this transaction delivers immediate and certain cash value to our stockholders while strengthening EA's ability to continue building the communities and experiences that define the future of entertainment. Just ignoring everything about the fact that it includes a $20 billion in debt, which will be owed to JPMorgan Chase over the coming years. So, yeah, every month they're going to have to pay JPMorgan Chase some of that debt off with interest. Usually not a good sign. A lot of it's what happens a lot with these investments here. It'll be like, okay, cool. There's debt. Private equity firm. Yeah, they are, by the way, they are notorious for jumping from investment to investment. Yeah, how do we put this? They will acquire a company, and instead of losing money themselves, they'll just take that money, put it into debt towards that company, take some millions of dollars for themselves, squeeze every penny they can out of them. Well, this company has so much debt, they can't possibly pay off the loan with the interest and everything. And then those companies, they will start by shuttering, say it's retail, they'll start shuttering the stores that don't make money or make little money, and they'll start shrinking to the point where, oh, shit, well, they're completely screwed, and then the companies will get shut down completely. This has happened many, many times over the years with these private equity firms. So, we'll see. Maybe things will be different with EA, with how big they are, but you never know how things will be going in the future. So, yeah, I mean, if FC starts having some issues, Battlefield 6 doesn't quite do as well as perform or whatever, again, there is almost, I'm not saying guarantee, but there likely will be layoffs at EA due to this. I mean, probably either way, but also this acquisition likely is not going to help with that. So, anyways, that's enough of me rambling here. If you enjoy this game news roundup, as always, be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe. I'm trying to get to 10,000 subscribers, and I'm inching my way there. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I'll catch you all next time for some more gaming news, gaming sales, and gaming industry information.